G'day guys, Wereman here, welcome back to the workshop. We are talking Mad Cat money and what you can buy with it. Now, I want to stress that this is not including anything to do with pilots, okay? You can come up with a system for pilot stuff. Now, in a couple of books, I think Campaign Ops and in the Mercenary Handbook, I think there's a unit availability type thing that lets you build a force by rolling to see if the unit that you want is available and then paying the money for it. And you can technically get veteran or experienced or even elite pilots with that. Technically, you can use an actual rules as written system to get better pilots in by C-Bill, but you then have to roll for each one to see if you can actually get it. So there isn't, as far as I know, a system where you can use money to alter the specific skills of a unit, right? BV is way better for that. So these will all be 4 or 5 units, right? But what I'm trying to show here is the discrepancy, the disparity between the tech bases when you go like the scenario that I've written with C-Bills as your force production thing. Now, Adam and I are going to play that scenario at some point. He seems really, really keen. He's already got his force together. It was like 84 million or something. So I've got to build mine. I got a little way and I realized I'd only spent 63 million on my first star, so I'm going to have to try again and see if I can up my game, maybe think a little bigger. But I still like the idea of formation. So for this Mad Cat Money series, which will only be like 2 or 3 audio logs and give you guys a little bit of an idea of what's going on, if you want to see more of these or listen to more of these or something similar, ask me what I can buy with gargoyle money or something like that. I don't know. Feel free to leave a comment or something. My first one is going to be, well, almost all of these are 3 full lancers, which is a company, right? It's a full company of units. Now, I have gone combined arms because, as you may or may not already know, vehicles are a lot cheaper than their mech counterparts. In some cases, they are insanely cheap. What I've done in this one is I've made 3 Lancers, and I have a total of 24,123,563. And if you remember, the Mad Cat is 24,233,125. So I've gone a good 100 grand under, a little bit more. So I think I've done pretty well. What I've got is a Fire Lance, which consists of 4 LRM carriers. Standard, everyday, 30-25 LRM carriers. Right, so that's 3 LRM 20s with the ammo and everything. It's just a 3.5 vehicle with absolutely sod all armor. 60 tons, and it costs 1.87 million. So the full lance of the Fire Lance, which, if you remember my formation builds, gets them the sniper ability, 2 of them per turn. That cost me 7,488,000. Okay. Then I got myself a Battle Lance. Now, the Battle Lance is the one with the rerolls. So in the Kickstarter, the clan box set one, the rerolls are for piloting skill and gunnery, actual shooting. All right. And a Battle Lance, the ideal role that you need is, I'm pretty sure, Brawler. Yes, it's Brawler. So what I got was a Battle Lance. So these 4 units will get 6 total rerolls for attacks and piloting. And my Brawlers came down to 2 Patton tanks. The Patton is the version of the Rommel Patton that has the AC-10 and the extra, I think it's the laser. And 2 of them, like one Rommel Patton is under 3 million. They're both, one of them's 2.8 and one of them's 2.9. So you can get a full lance of Rommel patterns in any combination for under 12, which is pretty cool. That's pretty damn cool. So I could get 2 full lances of Rommel patterns for the 24 million C-bills quite handily. Would they stand a chance against a Mad Cat? That is up to you to decide. Okay, I'm just building the list. These things, I think you would swamp this guy. It's just, you've got all of these units and you're just like hitting him. But I also got for the Battle Lance, so I got 2 patterns, which is just 5.5-ish million, and 2 Hatchetmen. Just standard, bog standard initial Hatchetman is 3.129 million. So 2 of them is 6,258,780 C-bills. And I think they're a solid brawler. I think with the help of the patterns and with the other units that we've got there, if they hang back just a smidge and let everybody else engage, and then they come in and they start hacking as quick as they can before he turns and annihilates them, I think you can do some solid damage. And then I got myself a support lance. So that's 3 full lances. This is a single Stinger, 1.6 million, Wasp, 1.6 million, and a Locust, 1.5 million. And to round it out, I got a Savannah Master. If you are playing C-bills, Savannah Masters are your friend. You get 8 of them in the pack, or at least you used to. I don't know if you still do, but you used to get 8 in the little blister pack. And they are 91,667 C-bills per unit. And it's like a 1825 or something stupid like that. It's ridiculous how fast they are. And you're just medium laser on a really fast platform. They're 215 BV, the standard Savannah Master, and they move at 1320. 20 was in there somewhere. That's their flank speed. So 1320 with 1 medium laser. But the point is, that is 13 move, and if you can get it in on with a line of sight and short range on that Mad Cat, remember I'm taking base level equipment here, there's no tag or narc or anything like that, I need a spotter. That whole support lance, and I've made them a support lance, is spotters, right? They're going to do some damage if they can, and to help me with that, I could either have them support the fire lance, which will give one of them sniper, because you get half the number of units, or I can have them support the battle lance and get 6 rerolls for that full lance, right? So I think what I'm doing is I'm moving those 4 units forward. I'm being followed very closely by the patterns and the hatchetmen on the flanks, and we're spotting and we're LRMing the crap out of this Mad Cat. We are just bombarding him with everything we can while those light units are spinning around him and jumping all over the place and running everywhere and just harassing him. If they're not spotting, they're harassing, right? And the LRMs are raining in, and then when I finally get him, he finally manages to get into closer range, or I run out of ammo, the patterns and the hatchetman just walk in and start hammering him. I think they would be able to take down a Mad Cat, especially if there's lucky hits in there. You've got a solid chance of taking them down. But if you don't focus on the goal and he gets some good solid hits in, you might get surprised with the amount of damage he can dish out. So, yeah, I mean, that's a company of mechs for under the amount it costs for a Mad Cat. That's number 1. I've got a couple more that I'm going to go through here, and I guess I'll get back to you. You guys stay groovy. I'll talk to you in the next one.